You're listening to Love Talk Live with the relationship expert, Jaime Bronstein, only on LA Talk Radio.
Hello and welcome to Love Talk Live. I'm your host, Jaime Bronstein, and today I have with me Alex Cormont.
Yes, hello Jamie, how are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you so much. My French name is difficult to pronounce.
Yeah, we were just discussing that. So for the audience, how do you pronounce your name the way it's supposed to be?
Alex Cormont.
Beautiful. And
Yeah.
we were also just talking about how I was on Alex's show, and because my name in French
is Jaime.
So he was having trouble with my name. It's all good. And we did not plan our matching outfits out today, but it might look like we did. Okay, so Alex is amazing, as you can see and hear. He's from France, and he is one of the leading love coaches, people that is helping men and women all around France and now the world with love, because you live in Miami, correct?
Yes, correct. I first started in 2007 in Paris and then expanding and came to the US 5 years ago.
And now the US is so lucky to have you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to read you guys a little bit about him and we'll get into some questions. So Alex Cormont has dedicated his life to helping men and women overcome some of the most difficult and challenging periods of their lives. Alex has a master's degree in social sciences and is the author of numerous publications on love and personal development. He recently launched the Dream Love movement to help people experience the most incredible relationship they could ever dream of. So first of all, can you tell us about what is the Dream Love movement?
So basically, when I first started in 2007, in France, we all dream about the Hollywood, the Walt Disney, even the song that we listen. And I just realized that we don't receive the right education about love. We don't know how to love by being ourselves. So there is a lot of codependency. There is a lot of situation where we put our partner on a pedestal and we have the fear to lose the one we love. Mm-hmm. So the Dream Love is about how can we express our personality? How can we be confident in the relationship? And of course, how can we build something that will last forever? So it's really about empowering women and men about being themselves in a relationship. It can seem like, it's natural, it's normal, it's easy. But I feel that it's an education that we need to learn. It's something that we have to learn. It's something that we have to practice also. So this is why I just decided to become a relationship expert. And I'm really happy. Doing this job is just amazing. It's wonderful.
So as you're talking, I'm thinking, and I talk about this a lot, and I know you do too. Can you tell the audience a little bit about the importance of self-love in all of this? Because that's what you're alluding to. So how does one cultivate that self-love and why is it so important?
So self-love, I feel, is the base of the foundation of happiness. If you have self-love, you will be able to drive your life as you like. And self-love is not that easy because we want to please everyone. So when I saw my parents being happy together and giving everything to their child, I was trying to reproduce the same thing, the same pattern. But I realized that I became codependent because I didn't recognize my value. What can I bring to the table? I was also scared to lose that person. So my lack of self-love just created a lot of arguments and breakup. So self-love is really so important that you can be truly yourself. You know why you are a good partner and you are able to balance your relationship. Without self-love, you will always be scared because it's kind of like you put your happiness in your partner's hands. And you have to be careful with this. And sometimes it could be like easy to say you have to love yourself, but it's not that easy. It's a process. At least to me, it was a long process through personal development, coaching, and NLP, hypnosis, all the tools that helped me just realize that I was a good person and to learn about my values.
And also, I don't know if we talked about this when I was on your show, just about spirituality. I'm guessing we did, because
we
that's
did.
what I talked about. About the law of attraction and that our outside experiences are a reflection of our inner reality. So we literally manifest everything in our lives, and it comes from how we are feeling inside and relating to ourselves. So it's very cool how whether it's you're manifesting love or you're manifesting a better relationship, it's so important. It's so crucial to have that self-love.
As you said, self-love is just the base of everything. And if you can feel and nurturing this self-love, you will feel confident, happier. Your life will go and will be easy. If not, that's where you will be in trouble. So you have to really focus on your self-love.
And another thing that you talked about, I literally like just had a client right before this, and he's in a new relationship, and he was talking about how he has this fear that it's going to end. There's no real problems or anything right now. We talked about how that I believe that the universe gives you what you focus on. So I said, you just need to be present. If you're focused on the fear of it ending, you're going to actually manifest that. So how do you work with your clients when they have such a fear of a relationship ending, even though there's nothing wrong with it, but they love it so much that they don't want it to end? What do you tell them?
That's a situation that, as you say, if you don't work on it, unfortunately, the problems will come and become bigger and bigger and bigger. So I guess, first of all, we have to understand why this fear is here. And so maybe it comes from the past, from another relationship. If someone cheated on you, you would be scared that someone will leave you again. So it's really important to understand what is happening and why am I feeling like this? Step number one. Step number two, it's a just quick exercise that I will do. I prefer to fight the negativity by bringing some positivity. So I will ask the people I coach to just do a quick exercise and answer a simple question. What do you want to live in your relationship? Instead of focusing on the fear, what can we bring on the table? What do you want to do? What do you want to experience? So we shift from the negativity and the fear to the positivity and the right energy. So people will be able to become and act in their relationship, so become stronger. And most of the time it helps them control the energy. So I would just ask a simple question. What do you want to live? And let's stay focused on this. Of course, we can also work on the emotions with meditation, the fact that we can know there's some breathing techniques and going to the gym. This will help also, but I feel that bringing positivity is the most important tool.
And I love that you're doing this because I try to do this also. It's empowering our clients so that they know that there are things that they can do. And they don't have to be a victim to their fear. They can acknowledge it. Thank you for showing up. But now this is how I'm going to shift you. This is what, there are things that you can do. There are actions you can take.
Yeah, what I love about what you say is the shift part. To not stay only in the negativity, because even if we fight the emotions and the fears, I feel that we are giving them too much attention. Let's try to change the process and shift, as you say.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So totally not necessarily aligned with this, or we're going to go into a different topic a little bit, because I was looking through your videos and I've been doing this for over 2 years now. And we have not discussed this very particular aspect of dating. And I think my viewers are going to love it because I think it's so unique. Okay, so you have a video and it's about why men respond to distance.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about this, inspire people, go.
Okay, so I have a special philosophy because I coach a lot of women. You know, in France, I first started to coach men, and then women ask me questions, and I specialize on this. On my YouTube channel, I have over 1 million people, mostly women, following me just for this. So it's
listen up, guys.
Yeah, it's so crazy because when we think about love, the education that we receive, most of the time it's about giving. You need to give to your partner what he wants. So you need to give a man, you need to please a man if you want him to be happy. But the fact is that men are most of the time like hunters, meaning they love to chase you, right? Mm-hmm. And they will respond to one specific thing, which is the challenge. So I would teach my ladies community how to be distant. So the guy has to always fight. And like I always say, if he doesn't ask himself, what color of shirts should I wear tonight? There is a problem because he's a little bit taking you for granted. And in today's world, there's a lot of men that are scared to commit to a relationship. They are scared to maybe experience another breakup or divorce. So they will use a lot of excuses. But the art of being distant, the art of getting the control and making this man fight for you is just so powerful. So that's why I talk a lot about this on my YouTube channel.
Okay, there's a book by Juliana DePandy. She was a host of E! News. Anyhow, she wrote this book. She met her husband, Bill, maybe 15 years ago. I don't know exactly. And she wrote a book and she talks about the hunter. It's the same thing, that the hunter goes out to get that deer and will go back every day until they get the deer. And I have a chapter in my book coming out about how do you show a guy that you're a gem without telling him. And this is one way to be like, I'm not available all the time, and I'm not going to do everything you want me to do. My question, when you talked about like the shirt, when he wants to choose something that you would like, that's why. That means that he wants to impress you.
Exactly. He wants to impress you. Because as a man, if we don't want to impress you, we will do nothing. And that's where you will become to be disappointed. And so you want to make sure that this guy wants to impress you, wants to surprise you. That's something also very important.
I'm a huge fan of surprises. I know that. But, oh yes, any men who are listening up or just women, tell your men, tell your brothers, friends, surprise women more. Yes. I want to make this a big hashtag or something. Surprise the ladies.
That would be a good hashtag.
Not every female does like surprises, because I do have friends that aren't like me where they don't like surprises. But regardless of if you like birthday surprises, this is different. You're not talking about that. You're talking
I'm talking more about the attraction. We need to maintain the attraction because most of the time the situation, so of course what we say, at least what I say, is not working for everyone. There is not one specific magic tool about love, but I am coaching every single day women that are coming to me and telling me, Alex, this guy was so much after me. He was calling me, texting me, asking me to go out. He was talking to me about marriage, kids. And then after 3 weeks, he's now telling me that he don't know about his feeling, he's not sure. And I always ask, what happened? And every time it's the same answer. I trusted him, so I started to be more involved. I'm not asking you to play a game, but to make the attraction, which as French people, we love to talk about seduction. I know that in the US, there's the sexual connotation, which is not the case in France. We love the art of attraction. Make it longer and you will have no problems with men. But if you believe their words and if you look at their action only in the first few weeks, of course, they will do everything to make you fall in love. That's their job.
Yes.
So this is what I'm seeing a lot.
Yeah, and I love what you're saying, and I actually agree with it. And in this world, sometimes it's hard because of the feminists and the equal, all these things. But I do encourage my clients the girls, I say, let the guy take the lead, let him initiate, because there's this evolutionary thing that men like to do that. And if you take his job away, if you start calling him and asking him out, it takes that attraction away. And that's why he might lose the excitement, because you took his role.
Exactly. And something that is so important, most of the time when we say this, ladies will say, but I have also to do I have to do something. I have to be able to do some actions. I need to be part of the situation. And I like to say yes, but remember that this is what the men want. This is what we want. We want you to be difficult, hard to get, without playing a game, just by being yourself, just by showing that you love your life, it's enough. But this is what men want. And it sounds crazy, I get it, but it's just the reality.
I love that you just brought up with that they want you to have your own life, because this actually works both ways as well. Because sometimes I have clients where the girl says the guy has no life and he just depends on me, to spend all his time with me, or the guy says she doesn't have any friends and she wants to hang out with me all the time. So This is also a very important topic about having your own life outside of the relationship and why that's so important for your identity and for the health of the relationship.
Yes, it's the best way to maintain the attraction without playing a game. But how many times I heard this story, and I'm sure it's the same for you, Jamie. It's kind of like, oh yeah, I met this guy, he's amazing. He asked me to go out on Thursday. I had plans with my girlfriends, but I decided to change my plan. And so that's where you become needy, ladies, because you will change your mind, and it happens only with the guy that you truly likes. That's the reason why there is a lot of breakups, actually.
Yeah, and so many times, like, it's so hard when clients come in and they say that they like somebody, that person doesn't like them, or someone likes them and they don't like them. And it's never been just where it just works out where they both like each other equally. And so these tools can help. At the same time, at the end of the day, when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. However, these tools are amazing.
That's true. That's true. It's not every situation that we can solve, but most of the time, understanding these tools can help tremendously your relationship and your love life.
Yeah, because it just shows that you love yourself when you're not available all the time. When you let him pursue you, you're like, I'm just living my life, and thank you so much. You're gonna jump into you're gonna be part of it. Great, it's amazing. But I'm not waiting around for you.
And that's what men want. We are attracted by someone that is loving your life, and not by someone that will be crying, begging, being emotionally dependent. It's the same for you, ladies. You don't want this guy that will be too nice or too needy. So we have to focus on this specific point.
And somebody who's generally has a positive attitude. Not that they're like perfectly happy all the time, but that they don't right away come in and say how depressed they are. I'm just thinking of this example. I'm helping somebody with their Bumble account.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy, this is like, hi, nice to meet you. How was your day going? Or how was your weekend? And the second message he writes back to her was, I've been a little down. I'm having a lot of family issues. And I'm like, no, like, I want to coach him. Like, please.
Please tell him that to contact me.
Yeah, like, how do people not, like, you don't need to fake being happy, but especially at the beginning, first impressions and being enjoyable to be around, not talking about the obvious that, yes, quarantine and COVID and this is just going on right now, but how can a relationship should be the solace, the positive aspects?
Especially in the beginning, especially when you're dating someone, you cannot come and talk about your problems and difficulty in your life, because that will kill the attraction. And I found that there is a lot of lack of knowledge and just experience and attraction process for men and women. So that's funny to see that you are feeling the same with your client.
We're all on the same lines, and sometimes, it's important for us to just stay strong in our beliefs and our values and what we teach. At the same time, there are people that don't necessarily believe this way, and that's okay. Like, some people do believe, like, right from the start, just literally just tell them everything, and people can do that if they want to. That's their choice. Everybody's choice.
That's true.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. There's no right and wrong. It's whatever feels good for you, and at the end of the day, it's going to work out or it's not. All meant to be.
And if it's not, maybe you will have to change some behaviors and attitudes. That's something very important, because sometimes we want to do what we want. We stay focused on one path and it doesn't work, and we stay on this road. Right. It's good also to change.
If it's not broken, don't fix it. If it's broken, fix it.
Yeah.
But then some people never do, and that's their choice. Okay, let's talk about, so you talk about ignoring a man when he pulls away. So when that happens, it's kind of what we were talking about before.
Yes, because basically when a man will pull away, the first reaction is a lot of emotions, right? We have a lot of emotions and a little bit of fear to lose him. So there is this special connection. You are not maybe in love, but you feel the attraction and you don't want to have any regrets. I will hear this all the time. Alex, I don't want to have any regrets. I feel the connection. He's putting away. I want to write to him. I want to tell him. I want to ask him questions. And I always say, please do not. Because if you act like this, basically you will make him feel overwhelmed. I know you need answer. I know you want to understand his behavior, and I will explain to you. A man will pull away when he feels a lot of pressure. In the beginning, it's fun to meet you. It's about attraction. But then there's this big question of relationship, and we are scared, or some men could be scared about relationship. When he's starting to pull away, you need to ignore him. You need to just come back to your feminine energy, stay strong, and tell yourself he will come back. And when he will come back, please, same thing, do not talk to him like nothing happened. That's a huge mistake. He's putting away, he comes back, and you're talking to him like nothing happened, so like in the past, smiling and laughing. Men are like kids. You need to set boundaries, right? He was putting away. When he comes back, you need to tell him that you want a real man, someone that can express. Even if he has a little bit of fear, he needs time for himself, it's okay. But he has to tell you this. If he doesn't, you need to punish him by ignoring him, because that means that he's a little bit playing with you, and we don't want this.
It's a little, I like it. It's a little like passive aggressive, but there's nothing wrong with that once in a while. And I also like, it's like you're acting like you don't care by ignoring, but then once he comes back, you use your voice and you say, I deserve more respect. This is the boundary, etc.
Yes, I want to set the boundaries. I want to make sure that when he comes back, he knows that it's not okay, as you said, to do it like repeatedly. Because if we don't say anything, he would think that he can do it every time.
Yeah.
And this would become a difficult relationship with a lot of hot and cold behavior. We want to avoid this. We want to make sure that we set the foundation for a real relationship and something that is strong and steady.
So you mentioned commitment. I'm wondering what you think about commitment, because I personally feel like I have a client, for instance, and he's about 38, 39. He hasn't met the right girl yet. But we've talked about, he's concerned, he wonders, is it commitment? And I say, I just think you haven't met the right one yet, because he's never been in love yet. Now we're working on all the things he needs to work on, being open and all those things. But what do you have to say about your theory about men and commitment?
I just feel that men, in order to commit, they need to value the woman. They need to put her on a pedestal. So if I'm not in love, I cannot commit. And the fact that to be in love, I need to put this lady on a pedestal and tell myself that she's the one, she's unique, she's very special. I would be proud to introduce her to my family and my friends because she is very special. At this moment, there is no commitment issues. They will just go for it. Mm-hmm. But a man that has a lack of commitment, it's either because he's taking the girl for granted or because she's not the one, and maybe he didn't meet, as you said, maybe he didn't meet the real one. So, but I feel that today, with my experience coaching women, men will use this as an excuse a lot. Oh, I don't want to commit. Oh, I was in a relationship, I was married before, and now it hurts. But you knew it since the beginning. So why did you came? Why did you just attract this lady? And now you talk about the fear of commitment. For me, sometimes it could be an excuse. And that's where we need to pull away. That's counterintuitive, but that's where ladies needs to pull away to make these men fight for them again.
Yeah, that goes back to your whole just ignore, let him pursue, act like you don't care. Like you have a life, just enjoy your life. That whole thing. Enjoy
your life, post on social media, show that you're not after him. Because that's I know that's a little bit of a game. I get it, but it's where it's important for you to rebuild your value in his mind and in his eyes. Because if you're not doing it, I'm not sure that he will commit to the relationship. And if we think, sometimes we say, but I would talk to him. Talking will not, most of the time, improve your relationship or your situation. It will not make him feel, oh yes, you're right, I will commit with you. I have almost never seen that in my life as a relationship expert. And it's been a while now.
And this goes back to showing, not telling. You can tell somebody all day how amazing you are, but when you, through your actions, show them, that's how they sense that you're a gem, you're special, they want to put you on a pedestal.
That's just everything that I was trying to say in one sentence. Showing and not telling.
We're a good team.
I like it.
Okay, so before we wrap up, what would you say, in your opinion, is the number one, I have two questions actually, the number one issue in relationships that is just, once people can do this, things are better?
So basically, the number one issue for me is that we love someone like we wanted to be loved. And it just blew my mind when I understood this, because if you love someone the way you wanted to be loved, it's maybe not what they want and what they feel. And that's why I always talk about the five love languages from Gary Chapman, because his book is just amazing. And when I realized that, there is a lot of relationship where people love themselves, but sometimes it will not feel the other significant partner. So if you can understand what are your partner needs, you will never have any trouble in your relationship. But if you focus on what you think that you do is good without wondering if it's what they want, that's where you are in trouble. So learning about you and your partner is just so important.
And communicating that to each other.
Of course, yeah. Open communication is very important.
Okay, and then finally, I was on a podcast recently and the host asked me this, and I love it. What do you want people to know about love? Don't even think about it. What is the most important thing you want people to know about love?
Without no hesitation. No hesitation. I want people to know that it's something that they need to learn. I always say that we have to learn how to love, because I think that we take love for granted. We think that we are taking it for easy, which is not the case. It's something that we have truly to learn. And it starts not by loving your partner, to, as you said, to love yourself first. It's something that we have to learn. What kind of partner I am? What do I need? What do I want to build? These are just questions that are very important. It's not something that you need to respond now, because honestly, I'm always working on myself, and every month I will come back on this question. It's just a process. It's something that we need to focus on. But love is not easy. It's very beautiful. It's just the best energy in the world, but it's something that we have to learn.
And I just want to give encouragement to people that are watching, like, where do I begin? Or obviously call one of us. But in general, that love that you need to learn how to access, let's say, is already there. You don't have to attain it. It's already there. It's about getting past the barriers that are preventing you from accessing that love. And it's already there.
This is awesome. It's already there. You have everything. You have all the resources. You just need to work on it to maintain these resources and not be scared.
Yeah. Get out of your own way. Love, fearless, go for it. Okay, so how can people find you? Plug away your socials, website, everything.
Sure. So basically, you can find me under the French relationship expert, because of course you have recognized my strong accent. So I have a YouTube channel, I have a Facebook page, I also have a website, but mostly on YouTube. I'm really proud to have a large amount of subscribers, mostly ladies, so you can come and I'm doing videos for you to help you empower yourself. And
for any French speakers out there, you have an English and a French website also?
Yes, exactly. So French is under my name, which is Alexandre Cormont. In the US, it's Alex Cormont. So I try to, to separate. So yeah, in France, you can come on my website, my YouTube channel. We just passed over 1 million subscribers. So I'm very proud of this.
Wow.
In France, it's huge. It's a huge accomplishment. So yeah, and in the US, it's all about French relationship expert.
Wow. So cool.
Thank you.
And as always, everybody can reach out to me at therelationshipexpert.com. So Alex, you are amazing. This was such a wonderful conversation. You have so much to offer. And so thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure. And one more time, thank you so much. And I hope that everyone watching, you love this episode.
Yes. And hope everybody has a beautiful night tonight, and tune in every week on Love Talk Live on LA Talk Radio.
You're listening to Love Talk Live with the relationship expert, Jaime Bronstein, only on LA Talk Radio.